Then I got in contact with Lesbian Line. I had seen adverts in the paper and I got contact with them. At that time I was 42 and felt ancient. Felt absolutely ancient. And I phoned him up and I got talking to this woman on the phone, and it was quite good. The conversations were quite good, and they made arrangements for me to meet two of the members of the line. And that was a big step for me, big enormous step, because one, I wasn't used to having my own time. I always had my children to see to, or my mother or something like that, and this was me taking time out to really see what I wanted to do myself. For me to go out on a Saturday afternoon and not meet anybody, and I was going in a strange direction. So I met these two women. No, I went into town, and I was to meet them at George Square, opposite the big lines. And there was me, all dressed up. And I was kind of looking about, and I saw these two women sitting on the bench at the side. And they were about 20 years younger than me. And one was dressed in a combat jacket with spiked blonde tipped hair and earrings everywhere, and the other one was in these boots, what do you call them? Doc Martens. Denim jacket. Daily Record in hip pocket, whatever paper it was in a hip pocket, and I took one look and I thought, well, it better not be you two. It better not be you two. And as sure as guns, they started to walk across George Square towards me. I thought, no, this isn't. All the way, I just looked at them, and they introduced themselves, and I says, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. One, I felt ancient. Two, I couldn't identify to anything about them. I was dismissing them before I even gave them a chance to talk to me. So I thought, right, okay, we'll go with this, but I already had barriers going up because I just didn't feel comfortable at all. In fact, so much so, and I'm being honest here, I didn't even want to be seen going across George Square with them. I was walking ahead of them. And I thought, what if some of my daughter's friends see me with these two women? You know, they don't fit into, you know. And I was a nervous wreck. So anyway, we went, we had a coffee, and I told them my fears. And I thought, look, I can't associate. A nicer woman you couldn't have met when I sat down to speak to them. She was really, really nice and very understanding. And I thought to myself, she's probably saying, such stupid old fool or something saying, and that's just the way I came across. And I says, look, I just don't feel comfortable with you. I says, can't identify with him. So what they arranged for me to do, they were going to arrange for me to meet someone of my own age, which was very important to me. Although having said that, in my own personality out there, I can mix with all ages quite comfortably. But I think because I was so unsure of myself, this was out my depth. I didn't want to be talking to some woman who couldn't identify the past torture that I had been through in the 20 odd years of trying to deal with this. They were out loud and proud. I was absolutely frightened to death. So I couldn't, it was a different time. So anyway, a couple of months went down the line, and I eventually got to meet this woman who was the same age as myself. And it's just a whole big world was opening up in front of me, and I came away from my cosy wee house and, Two Waynes, the man and the dog, out into realising there was such a all different types of people out there that had been really, really closeted in more ways than one.